During the 20th century, the population of Subcarpathia was forced to belong to a number of states, which, of course, had a positive impact on people's mentality and the tolerance towards other nations. Following the gaining of independence by Ukraine, the situation of the minorities, despite economic difficulties due to coexistence traditions of the Subcarpathian people and the specific development of Ukrainian politics, was satisfactory. At that time, century-old standards of peaceful coexistence, providing conflictless relations among nationalities, still prevailed. However, since the beginning of the new millennium, we have witnessed the development of the Ukrainian national state, a process of nationalization, as a result of which many centuries-old customs were violated and damaged, arousing new coexistence problems in the region. Anti-Hungarian actions in Ukraine. This film is a summary of the Minority Monitor research project by the Cultural Alliance of Hungarians in Subcarpathia and the Lehozsky Tividar Social Science Research Center. The project is a compilation of recent actions carried out against the Hungarian community of Subcarpathia. The researchers documented more than 400 anti-Hungarian cases in the years 2014 to 2018. Reviewing these cases, the research centre concluded that official policy carried out against the Hungarian minority expressly and consistently seeks the forcible assimilation of the community. In many cases, these anti-Hungarian manifestations were either carried out or silently aided by official government offices, by executive organs, both at the national and regional level, by political parties, by a wide range of news outlets, and by Ukrainian nationalist forces. The strategy they employ is simple but effective. It begins with heated attacks in Ukrainian media, which are mostly owned by close associates of political parties, against the Hungarian community, their institutions and organizations. They accuse the Hungarian community and leaders of false and unfounded conspiracies, thereby poisoning public opinion against the Hungarians, who are portrayed as separatist, anti-state individuals who do not speak Ukrainian. Incidentally, the Hungarian minority makes up just 0.2% of the population of Ukraine, yet is the country's best organized national minority. The anti-Hungarian campaign of denigration and hate-mongering carried out by the Ukrainian media and the anti-Hungarian attacks and events which have ensued are clear grounds for concern. In the following, we examine these events in turn. In 2014, we recorded 17 cases of anti-Hungarian activity. Of these, 4 were concrete actions that took physical form. The most serious cases in 2014 were the following. March the 10th, 2014. 2 unknown perpetrators poured a flammable liquid over the historical Hungarian monument in Verecke, then set it on fire. Either this was the work of a few hot-headed kids, or else it was a deliberate provocation planned by a third party. Unfortunately, in the times we live in, such provocations are frequent and occur throughout Ukraine. August the 29th. The Hungarian flag in Berehove is defaced by unknown perpetrators. September the 3rd, the Central Election Committee of Subcarpathia, in violation of legal regulations, failed to create an electoral district with a majority Hungarian population. April the 20th, 2015, in several ethnic Hungarian villages in the Uzsforod region, the Hungarian language place name sign was obliterated with black paint. In some places, the Hungarian flag was also stolen. August the 21st. Unknown perpetrators vandalized the statue of Hungarian poet Sándor Petőfi in Uzsföröd and broke off the sword. In 2015, the media recorded 18 instances of anti-Hungarian manifestations, of which 6 were physical attacks. In 2016, the number of these anti-Hungarian cases reached 31. March the 13th, 2016. A knife to the Hungarians' throats. About 300 members of extremist Ukrainian nationalist organizations, Karpatska Sich, Pravi Sector and Azov, marched on the streets of Uzsföröd. They shouted anti-Hungarian slogans that urged the extermination of the Hungarian ethnic group. Prosecutors opened a case, but no one was arrested. Subcarpathia is home to many nationalities, and in my opinion they live together in harmony. What we see here is primarily imported nationalism, groups that come here from outside to provoke people and undermine this peaceful coexistence. August 11th. The statue of Petőfi in Uzsföröd was vandalized once again, when unknown perpetrators again broke the sword off the statue. October the 3rd. A Ukrainian report published on both the correspondent blog and the Zakarpattia.net website informed readers that the leadership of the Cultural Alliance of Hungarians in Subcarpathia used illegal methods in an attempt to falsify the results of a referendum held in Hungary on October the 2nd, 2016. The article included a roster of the names of the Alliance's leadership and their personal data, which is also a violation of privacy laws. November the 25th. The Holocaust Memorial in Uzsföröd, which was erected with the support of the Hungarian government, was desecrated. It's clear this was a planned attack, not spontaneous. They brought the paint with them. We think it was some marginal group or extremists. Naturally, we will take all legal steps and file a police report this very day. We hope they will find the perpetrators and punish them appropriately. This is not the first such incident around here. Several Hungarian monuments have been attacked and vandalized. This is just the latest one. Of course, we are outraged. It is an affront to all Europeans of goodwill.
Ez természetesen felháborít, és minden jó érzésű európai gondolkodású embert bánt.
In 2017, the number of anti-Hungarian incidents reported in the media rose to 89 cases, an almost threefold increase over the previous year. Of these, 26 cases involved physical attack. The most serious cases in 2017, January the 31st. Activists of the so-called Black Committee movement held a demonstration at the Embassy of Hungary in Kiev. We want the Ukrainianization of Ukraine. The next step, Ukrainianization of Europe. March the 15th. On this Hungarian national holiday, the extremist organization Karpatska Sich held an anti-Hungarian demonstration in Uzsföröd, chanting the slogan, "Foreigners, get it straight. Ukrainians are in charge here." May the 19th. Anti-Hungarian signs appeared in several locations near Berehove and Vinohradiv. News portals in Kiev, followed by Ukrainian sites in Subcarpathia, claimed that these signs were actually placed by local Hungarians. The reports also falsely claimed that local ethnic Hungarian leaders had made statements about ethnic autonomy. June the 20th. Vandals in the town of Hust poured green-coloured medical disinfectant over a memorial plaque at the local castle monument, dedicated to the Hungarian poet Ferenc Kölcsey. June 21st. An influential central Ukrainian television station broadcast an alarmist report about the spectre of separatism. The report insinuated that by providing aid to Subcarpathia, The government of Hungary is seeking to extend its influence over the region. They are trying to spread this atmosphere of panic into our region, and we reject this in the strongest possible terms. The fact is, the central news media and press are, unfortunately, the catalysts of this effort, which stirs up hatred and anger against the national minorities, as if we, the Hungarians of Subcarpathia, 150,000 people in a Ukrainian population of 40 million, as if we were somehow a threat to Ukraine's national unity. It sounds absurd. In any case, the attempt is outrageous. June 24th. The Svit publishing house, Lviv, eliminated its Hungarian language textbook, publishing office in Uzhhorod. August 21st. The TV station, 112, broadcast a report on alleged Hungarian separatism and warned of the dangers of dual citizenship. We took a walk around the town of Berehove. I felt like I was at a border crossing point, a no-man's land, a grey zone. It's not yet Hungary, but it's also hard to call it Ukraine. Every house and even the offices have signs in Hungarian. And in addition to the blue and yellow Ukrainian flag, you see the red, white and green, he says, visibly upset and outraged. September the 5th, 2017. The Ukrainian parliament passed an education law which eliminates native language education as of the 5th grade. It's as if the worst era of Stalinism has returned in a country that calls itself democratic. They have prohibited native language education and shunted the minorities into a different education system that teaches only in the state language. This is outrageous. By passing this law, Parliament is violating the rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution of Ukraine. I think it's unnecessary because we can learn Ukrainian without this law. I would really like to continue school in Hungarian because it is our native language, and that's what we know best, what we love best. After all, this is the language in our heart. Just think about it. As it stands now, the Ukrainian language is taught as a second language. It is just one subject, but is not taught effectively. If this law now comes into effect, then the child won't be able to understand any of his subjects. If I don't know Ukrainian, then I won't be able to make headway in maths, geography, history, or physics either. September the 25th. Falsified pamphlets containing confusing and untrue information are distributed in several ethnic Hungarian areas in the name of the President of the Hungarian Alliance. October the 1st. A criminal gang was arrested. Its members, who are from Cherkasy, in central Ukraine, were plotting to blow up the Hungarian Millennium Memorial in Veretske, Subcarpathia. October the 13th. A group demonstrated at the Hungarian consulate in Subcarpathia in favor of the restrictive new Ukrainian education law. Their slogan? All Ukrainians must learn the state language. November the 10th. On the webpage Ukrinform, the Hungarian College of Subcarpathia is referred to as a training center for separatists. November 11th. Down with Hungarian chauvinism, up with Ukrainian-Hungarian national brotherhood, reads a sign placed at the Hungarian consulate in Uzhhorod by activists of the Ukrainian extremist group Karpatska Sich. November the 12th. Ukrainian nationalists held an anti-Hungarian demonstration in the streets of Berehove. The demonstrators, wearing masks, tossed sound grenades and smoke bombs and tore down the Hungarian flag from the local mayor's office. People from eastern Ukraine took part who were willing to spend their time, money and gasoline to come to this faraway town on a Sunday when other people are with their families or at a church watching a game. They come here to show their strength and emphasize that this country is Ukraine. We already know that. We observe every single Ukrainian law, including the right to display our national symbols.